1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost a weekend and you don't know what to do. Or you just need something fun to listen to.
Southside Pod!
Yes, we're on the air.
Pod.
And the gang's all here, all things on the South Side. We're listening to the Southside Pod. Looking for the best Southside breweries. Or you might just need an awesome place to eat.
Southside Pod!
Mount Greenwood, Evergreen,
Southside Pod.
Blue Island, Beverly, Payless, and Allsup too. You're tuned into the Southside Pod.
Southside Pod!
Oakland, Midlothian,
Southside Pod.
Oak Forest, Chicago Ridge, Flossmoor, and Bridgeview. You're listening to Southside Pod.
And belly on up to my 9-foot homemade oak bar here in my basement on the south side. My name is Chris, his name is Bill. Mike plays the guitar, and Southside Pod is 30 minutes of good in a world of dumb. And it's all brought to you by Elite Benefits of America. You probably heard Butch Zemar's ad right at the beginning of the show. Let me just tell you this. Butch does a podcast on my network, and I produce it for him. So I've listened to him talk about insurance before. This guy knows it inside and outside. I am convinced we're all paying way too much for healthcare, way too much for insurance. I'm also convinced that if you have a small or mid-sized company, he's going to lower the cost for you and for your employees. If you're an HR person, impress the boss, be the office hero, give Butch a call, 708-535-3006, or go to elitebenefits.net. We have a big show today in 30 minutes. John Brand of Open Outcry Brewing is going to be down here at the bar, and we're going to a Fantasy Fest here on the south side, so lots of stuff, a well thought out show, Bill.
I like when the show goes off the rails.
The show will go off the rails.
Fantastic.
Trust me. I have left things wide open for things to go off the rails. All right. Like that's my goal when we sit down is to try to make things go. I want to let you spread your wings and fly while you're sitting
You're like
down
a
there.
mama bird.
Yeah. I mean, like, I want to bring up something that we talk about, and then I want you to just run with it. That's what I kind of
Into a wall.
Exactly.
A pitcher of beer, a pitcher of beer. Let's order another pitcher of beer. That pitcher of beer should come over here. I love that pitcher of beer.
Down here at the 9-foot homemade oak bar with John Brand from Open Outcry. How are you, John?
What's going on, Chris? How are you?
I love the fact that John Brand from Open Outcry is sitting down here at my 9-foot homemade oak bar, and he owns an amazing brewery on the Dixie Highway Brewery Trail over at 10934 Southwestern Avenue, and he's got everything from tables that have swings on them to very soon in a couple of weeks cabins that'll be up on the roof that you can reserve that are heated so you can sit there with like a group of people, to an automated ordering service where not only can you get it from your waitress, or you could also just take your phone out and you could scan a QR code and you could just order a beer with a touch of a button and it comes to you. You've got incredible beer. You come here to my bar and you crack open a can of light beer. You're a riot.
This is the dirty secret of the brewing industry. You're hearing it first on Southside Pod. Dirty secret of the brewing industry.
Yeah.
Brewers, sometimes, you know what the most popular beer is amongst brewers?
What?
Miller High Life.
Really?
100%.
They love the High Life.
We just, you spend all day drinking and thinking about complex beer and beer styles. You just want to turn your brain off and just drink a beer sometimes. So
Yeah.
It's a kind of a dirty secret of the brewing industry. A lot of brewers are just drinking Miller High Life these days.
Is it basically because if they drank something else, they'd start to either compare it to something they were brewing, or they'd start like picking it apart in their brain, like what did they do?
That's 100%. For me, that's true.
Yeah.
For me, that's true. We spend all day debating and discussing and analyzing and fretting over our beer, the beer that we make, and the beer that's being made in the Chicagoland beer community. Sometimes you just don't want to. You just want to turn it off.
Right.
And you just want to drink an easy drinking beer that you don't need. You just drink a beer and think about it, and not think about it. And I think that's probably why brewers sometimes, when they hide in the back and nobody's looking, they'll drink a High Life or a Miller Lite. But you got to make sure nobody's looking. I was in Los Angeles the other day, actually, and I was drinking Miller Lite at the bar. I got a bottle of Miller Lite, and I saw one of our customers was in. they hand me a Miller Lite at the bar, and he looks up over me. He goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You're drinking Miller Lite?" I go, "Listen, dude, I just want to eat Rosangeles pizza and not think about the beer. I just want to drink a beer."
Right.
And he's like, "I get it. Okay."
That's awesome.
He goes, "I won't tell anybody." I go, "You can tell whoever you want. I just want to drink a easy drinking beer that I don't have to think about."
But to that guy, he just pulled the curtain back on Oz. Like he just saw that you're back there and you're just like him. Like I think that he probably just assumed, well, he owns a brewery, so all he drinks are fancy beers, and it's got to have a certain IBU and a certain weight to it, and he critiques everything that touches his lips, and then you walk by and you're drinking a Miller Lite.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know how the guy that owns a guy that's a mechanic or owns a car shop,
right?
And he drives all the fancy cars on the weekends, but then he drives the beater pickup truck to and from work every day. Same thing with brewers. That's what we do with
radio guys. Whenever I was doing alternative rock radio, I listened to Wu-Tang Clan in the car. I just needed a complete difference.
Yeah.
I need something completely different from all the stuff I was playing on the radio. So I get it. I understand. All right. So
I can see you rapping Cash Rules Everything Around Me, Cream.
Cream, get the money.
Get the money.
Dollar bills, yo.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I in fact, I know all the words.
Rolling around the mean streets of EP. Listen to Wu-Tang. Man, you're gangster. Bro.
I am. We're going to talk about this beer that you broke out of a barrel. If you've been in Open Outcry there at around 109th and Western Avenue, a beautiful brewery, always got great food there, incredible beers on tap. There has been this ginormous barrel that was in between some of the bar stools where, like, if you were towards the end of the bar, it basically had a sign on it, like, please don't sit on this barrel. Leave the barrel alone.
Leave the barrel alone.
It has beer in the barrel, and it was finally opened up this past week. And I got over there immediately to go try it. It was a dark pool that was barrel aged. You could tell me what the whiskey or bourbon was here in a second. Which one? Knob Creek?
Yep.
All right. And then there was an orange peel zest that was put into it.
Correct.
All right. And it was spectacular.
And cocoa nibs.
Yeah. And you even said it. When I brought it up to you, like, that was a good beer, you were like, yeah, that was one of my favorite beers I've had in a while in my own place.
It's a special beer. And I try not to get fall too in love with our beers because I want to remain impartial and make sure we can look at our beers objectively. But when Will cracked that barrel and we had a couple sips of it last week, it's a special beer. We're really proud of this. And that barrel was sitting in the middle of the tap room because during the pandemic, when there was nobody sitting in the place, we just started filling barrels and we started running out of places to put them. So that one ended up where a bar stool normally would be.
I always love that section there at the end of the bar because it's like, oh, look at this. You got some private seats that are separated by a barrel that were like right at the end of the bar.
Yep.
Now it's gone now because the barrel has been opened up. In fact, it's kind of interesting when I was in there that you can actually see on the barrel racks that, like, some of them have now been opened up.
Yeah.
And you guys are having a lot of fun breaking those open. How long is this going to be with the opening of the dark pool barrels and the barrel aged stuff? How long is this going to be rolling out at Open Outcry?
We filled a ton of barrels last fall when the second rounds of indoor dining shutdowns happened in Chicago. So we're coming up on a year with many of these barrels, and we have a lot to empty.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see these all winter.
I want to talk real quick about where you like to go outside of your brewery. Your brewery's incredible. As I said, I show up there for one of your stouts. Dark Pool is spectacular. Will Turner, your brewer, puts together amazing beers. You've got great food. But as you mentioned, sometimes you just go out and you get yourself a Miller Lite and you sit down someplace else. So we've been doing this thing lately on Southside Pod. We're trying to identify the best of the Southside. We identified, actually, your cheese curds, your brand new garlic breaded cheese curds, basically, as the best cheese curd on the South Side just recently.
Oh, thank you.
We were talking about that. Oh, we're going to get a certificate for you.
Okay,
We're going to give it to you.
you.
It's going to be great. So let's start with the Dixie Highway Brewery Trail. You're part of that. If you aren't in your brewery, what's the other one on the Dixie Highway Brewery Trail you're most likely to go into?
Oh, geez.
Or that you enjoy going into?
Names
Yeah. I'm going to get you to name. And this does not besmirch the other ones. This does not harm any of them. There's no way you can name them all. But is there one where maybe they make a beer you like a lot? Maybe it's something that you like at the bar. Maybe you're just friends with the person that owns it. Like, is there one that you're like, all right, you're going to Open Outcry, but if you want to do the trail, wait till you get to this place too.
I enjoy very, very much the Kolsch by Blue Island Beer Company.
It's solid one.
In fact, it's one of my favorite beers made by a Chicagoland brewer. So when I have some spare time or I want to go grab a beer, I usually drive down to Blue Island, hang out at the bar with Al.
Yeah.
And order a Kolsch.
Which is funny because you can get that in Binny's, I think, too. I think they actually sell their Kolsch. Did you know that?
You can get
it's better on tap there.
You can get the Blue Island Kolsch at most liquor stores on the south side. They have shelf space, I think, just about everywhere. They have shelf space at Binny's over on 95th Street. They have shelf space in all the liquor stores on Western Avenue. You can get a Blue Island Kolsch at County Fair on Western Avenue as well. There's a few beers that Horse Thief puts out that when those are put on, I usually will go.
They're along Western where you're at as well.
They're on Western.
Right. They're the start of the trail, depending on where you're starting.
They're the northernmost. They're the northernmost brewery in the Dixie Highway Beer Trail. Horse Thief makes a beer. It's a French beer style called the Bière de Garde.
Okay.
And they make a Bière de Garde that is on point with any other Bière de Garde I've had. So when their Bière de Garde is on, I usually go there and get one of those.
That's a spot to go get that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's really cool. All right. So now we'll get off the trail. We won't bother. We won't make you pick amongst all of your friends in the Dixie Highway.
Yeah, that was a tough. That was
I know.
That was a mean thing to do to me.
All right. So now move away from the trail and give me a spot on the south side that you enjoy going to, whether it be for entertainment, food, beer, some spot John brands with the family and says, we're going there and I'm not bringing you to work because it's been a stressful day.
We go to all of them. We go to Portico. I'm going to give you two names.
Okay.
But before I give you those two names, we hit every place. We support every place around here because every place around here has been supporting us. We go to Porticoans. We go to Unidad. We go down to Wonderburger, La Fiesta, Americanos, Horse Thief, Nicky's. The new Nicky's location at 105th and Western is fantastic if you haven't checked that out yet. We go to all these places, but we do default to two different places. My family and I have two girls, and we play board games in pizza restaurants.
Okay.
And we alternate. One week we go to Rosangela's, and the next week we go to Baracco's, and we go back and forth.
Baracco's and Rosangela's.
And when Nino's finally opens their restaurant back up, we'll add them to the rotation too. Over on 100.
You're a pizza guy, though. That's your thing, guy. Man.
Yeah,
you do pizzas in your place at Open Outcry.
I can eat pizza 7 days a week.
Yeah, you eat pizza all the time, and you have all these wood-fired pizzas, which they're awesome inside that big oven where you get your pizzas at. So since we talked about everybody else, give me the pizza right now you like the best at Open Outcry.
Right now?
Right now. I'll tell you, I like the one that's got the pineapple on it. I'm not a pineapple person, but you've got a really solid one with like barbecue chicken and pineapple
we have a house
on it,
barbecue
which
sauce.
is spectacular.
We match up with that pineapple. It's really good. By the way, pineapple on pizza is incredibly.
People hate it. People get angry.
Well, it's
like when I'm on my White Sox show and I say things like Jose Abreu's falling off a little bit. People just want to kill me.
It's polarizing.
Yeah, they get really angry.
People come in just for the pineapple pizza, and then when other people find out we have pineapple on pizza, they want to punch me in the face. Depends who you're talking to. Now, talk about pineapple pizza on Twitter, and the Twitterverse goes crazy.
Twitter's not real, though. It's not real life.
Twitter is not real.
It's not real. True. Twitter's not real. Okay, but which one at Open Outcry?
I ate the pizza I ordered today was the arugula prosciutto. I've been an arugula prosciutto kick lately.
All right. Well, if you weren't hungry or thirsty before you heard John Brand, you definitely are now, as he sits at my bar, drinking straight from the can, mind you, with his Miller Lite. John Brand, Open Outcry. Check them out at 10934 Southwestern Avenue. Thanks a lot, John.
Pleasure, Chris. Thank you.
A pitcher of beer, a pitcher of beer. Let's order another pitcher of beer. That pitcher of beer should come over here. I love that pitcher of beer.
What do you think is the rule? Southside rule, okay? Like there are different fashion rules in this world.
Fashion?
Fashion rules.
Okay.
Like the majority of the world seems to believe you can only wear white between Memorial Day and Labor Day, right? Like that's like a thing that people say that you can only do, right? But on the south side of Chicago,
there are no rules.
There are no rules, first of all. Secondly, I believe that it's completely acceptable if you are over the age of 35 and you're a male that you can wear cargo shorts 12 months out of the year.
Sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
Have you noticed this? Like I will go out and I will see other guys and I'll be at an event and the only difference is whether or not they're wearing regular shoes or sandals, and snow is basically the indicator there. But they'll go out in the snow with a hoodie, okay,
Correct, right.
and cargo shorts to
Wintertime,
something.
cargo shorts, hoodie. Going to Menards, cargo shirt, old t-shirt. Going to dinner, cargo shorts, polo. I mean, it's universal. And the shoes too.
But even in November, December, January, like it exists, right?
Sure.
Like that's like
I've shoveled snow in cargo shorts.
Right. So I tried this.
Okay.
And I started to get cold.
Well, you can't just jump right into it if you haven't done it before.
Like I was
This is a lifelong commitment, Chris.
Let's see how long I could go just wearing cargo shorts, right? And last week was when I finally was like, I need a pair of jeans. Like I felt stupid. I was going out to something and I was wearing cargo shorts and a hoodie. And I was like, I just can't. I'm 44 years old. I know I'm allowed to do this on the south side of Chicago, but I can't drag myself to do it.
But when you switch to jeans, where do you put all your stuff now?
I know.
Like all the stuff you had in your cargo shorts.
Exactly.
Where do you put all your cargo?
Yeah, I have a lot of cargo. You got your phone, you got your stupid mask you got to carry around just in case somebody wants to enforce that rule.
You don't have that much cargo in jeans.
Yeah, there's a lot of cargo I'm carrying around. So then when I went to go find my jeans, and I remembered suddenly at the last moment that I didn't have any jeans. That I'm the kind of guy who wears his clothes till they fall apart.
Okay.
And last winter, I was rotating 2 pairs of jeans, and both of them disintegrated before I got to the end of the year.
Okay.
I mean, they were like 7-8-year-old pairs of jeans.
Sure, right.
They disintegrated. In fact, to the point where I made my daughter
They blew out on you.
Oh, I had a hole develop in a very
In the crotch?
private area. Yes, in the crotch.
Okay.
And I was like,
You can say crotch.
sew up my crotch hole. That's what I
Okay.
told my daughter to do. But it wouldn't hold. It just kept breaking open. All right. So
You got a lot of cargo down
exactly.
there.
So then I moved to cargo shorts, is what I did. I moved to cargo shorts early in the spring and was like, I won't need jeans again. I'm going to go straight 12 months out of the year wearing cargo shorts.
And no matter how much you wear them, like, because I've had jeans like blow out, you get rips in the knees and the crotch. Cargo shorts last forever. I think I have cargo shorts from college still. They just last.
Like jeans fall apart. You would think
Right.
jeans made out of denim.
Oh.
They've got like brass fixtures on them. I know they're
Right.
just for show, but they just give you the impression that they're tougher.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They fall
They're not.
apart. Cargo shorts are for life.
For life.
Bury
I'm
me
gonna
in
get
my
that
cargo
tattoo,
shorts.
by the way.
Right. Bury me-
Cargo for life with a Y in there.
But anyway, so I go, I got to get a pair of jeans. So I went to the mall for the first time since before the pandemic.
Oh, no.
I have not gone to a mall. I went to Orland Mall.
Oh.
Okay. And I hate going to malls.
Yeah, do you hate it even more now?
Oh, well, first I showed up at the mall.
You got to go into just the main store, so you don't actually have to go into the mall. You got to park by like Penny's and go in Penny's and then get out. Because otherwise you're walking through and you got to go buy the popcorn and the everything else and all the people and everything.
I park by the Pennies.
But just go.
But I
just
go in the
shop at
regular.
Penny's.
I go in the regular mall entrance because I knew where I was
man.
going. See, here's the thing:
Okay.
when I go to a mall, I know exactly what store I'm going to. I know exactly
Do you
what I'm
map it out
getting,
beforehand?
and then I leave.
Do you like look at a map like online, like where's it at, and then you park closest to that, like the main
No,
store?
I'm like that guy who walks in and actually looks for the directory.
Yes.
And then like the one guy who's like, where the hell is the directory in this mall?
Scan this QR code, sir.
Shut up with your QR code. There should be a map on the wall.
Right.
Give me the map on the wall.
Give me
Right?
security.
Right, exactly. So I see where I'm going. I was going to Eddie Bauer. And the only reason I'm going to Eddie Bauer is because somebody bought me Eddie Bauer jeans 7 years ago.
So that's
and
the
I'm
only
like,
thing you know.
just going and buying the same damn
That's
jeans.
the only people that make
Right.
jeans in your world.
They lasted 7 years and they fit well. Like I'm just going and getting the
Right.
same thing. Like that's what I always try to duplicate my jeans.
Take me to Eddie's Bauer's house.
My
please.
glasses, the amount of times I've gone to the eye doctor and I've been like, just give me the exact same
Right.
frames, and they'll be like, they're discontinued. I'm like, oh no.
I buy like 5 or 6. If I find something I like, 5 or 6 of them and just put them in like storage.
Just hide it.
And then like, in 5 years when they go out, I got a brand new pair now.
Right.
And for life, I have that same pair that was like fashionable in 1996.
Right. They just look like you've been wearing the same thing forever.
Right.
A time traveler would be completely confused if
Right,
they saw you. But you'd be
100%.
perfect for time travel.
It's weird. It's a conundrum.
All right. So I go in and I go right to the Eddie Bauer. I walk in there and I know what my size is. All right. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I walk up and I go right to the style of jean that I like, and they don't have it. So now I turn around, I tell the girl, I'm like, and I tell her, I'm like, this is what I want.
She starts picking out other stuff for you.
No. She
okay,
goes,
that's good.
oh, jeans are in short supply. because
Because of
everybody
COVID,
pandemic,
right?
COVID. Because of COVID, you can't have anything.
They're on a
ever
ship
again.
somewhere in the Pacific.
Right, exactly. They're just floating out there. They've been floating out there for like 8 months. Okay, just waiting to sink.
Right.
And so like there's a lot of stuff sitting on ships out there. It's
Weirdly enough,
right.
cargo shorts you can find anywhere, and most of the ships carry cargo. So I don't even know what's up or down
It's
anymore.
a glorious time to be a pirate. I mean, have you thought about that? Like, if you were a pirate, the amount of ships just
Right.
floating around for you to
just
go pick off.
House, like it's going house to house. Like
Right.
it's just wide open. Like
Right.
where you want to go?
I would think piracy is coming
Well,
back.
this ship doesn't have the stuff we want. We'll just go next door and get that one. There's 170 out here. We're gonna hit at least 30 this afternoon.
They're like giant outlet malls.
That's all it is.
That's what they are. Just giant outlet
Giant
malls.
pirate outlet malls.
I have a confession to make. It's true, and I'm guessing you have done the same thing. Put more time into thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for your retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, I agree with you, and I want to help you out. I've got a local, experienced, down-to-earth guy who's a friend of this show. He's got a get-to-know-you approach and do the right thing values, and he's been around for over 20 years right here on the South Side. His name is Tom Walsh. He's located on the corner of 111th and Kedzie, and he's waiting for your call. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call someone who's invested in your success. Reach out to Tom now, 773-779-0023, or pop in at the office right on 111th and Kedzie. Tell him we sent you. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC. It is now time for your South Side Sound Check. Live music is back at many venues. Check out these. Friday night from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. in Homewood, Illinois at 18231 Park Avenue, a silent trap, sing, and twerk Chicago Southland event. This is at the Ravenslow Country Club, 3 live DJs spinning non-stop. The Blue Island Beer Company has live music Friday night at 7 p.m. with Rich Kruger. The guy was just featured on CBS Sunday Morning, and before he heads off to LA, he will be playing at Blue Island Beer Company, 13357 Old Western Avenue. Saturday at 4 p.m., the Evil Weasels will be at the Thirsty Beaver. Check them out this Saturday, November the 6th, 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., 5599 West 127th Street in Crestwood. And then 115 Bourbon Street, there's a 101 WKQX courtesy concert that is free with Our Lady Peace, 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. at 115 Bourbon Street in Marionette Park. If you have an event, if you have a band, if you want us to tell people about your show, reach out to us right now at southsidepod.com. All right, so I'm looking for these jeans.
Yes, the jeans.
I am. We're still on the jeans.
I
We're
almost
still on the
forgot-
trip
I
to the
forgot
mall.
about the
It
jeans.
started with me talking about my cargo shorts, and it's ended at this point with
You're
me
an
in
Eddie
the mall.
Bauer. They don't
I'm
have
Eddie
the jeans
Bauer.
you
They
have.
don't have my jeans. And I go, oh no. And she goes, well, there's more jeans over on that rack. It's the skinny jeans. Have you ever owned skinny jeans before?
I have what I think are skinny jeans, and my wife's like, those are definitely not skinny jeans. She's like, they're skinny because what you're used to, because I'm used to, like, again, 1996, skater jeans where you bought
They're
3
skinny 'cause
sizes up,
They're skinny because your ass is fat. And it makes the
right,
jeans
yeah, they're
tight.
skinny now.
Right.
They're skinny post burrito. But they're even like skinny around like in the ankle area. I'm like, oh, these are my skinny jeans. She's like, those are not skinny jeans. I'm like, well, they're skinny to me. But I know what you're talking about. Everything is slim fit nowadays too. Oh,
They had
slim
my
fit.
size. They had my size.
Oh, are you wearing them right
I'm
now? I
wearing
didn't see
skinny
your bottom
jeans.
half.
I'm wearing skinny jeans. You
Right
wanna see
now.
what I'm
Oh
see
my
what I'm-
God.
I'm in skinny jeans
Come
right
on.
now.
Those aren't skinny jeans.
These are skinny jeans.
Theirs are not
They're
skinny
skinny
jeans. They're
jeans.
baggy.
Their skinny jeans bought one
I was
size.
expecting, like-
Their skinny jeans bought one size bigger than what I
Okay,
normally
all
wear.
right. That's what you got to do. I was going to say that.
But I will tell you this. I put them on. I looked in the mirror and I was like, I look young. Like right away, I was like, look out, ladies. Like my wife should be concerned when I go out in these jeans. That's how I
Young
felt.
and hip.
Right.
Like
I
I'm
was
going to walk over to Claire's and get my lip pierced.
right. Look how this hugs all my curves. I was like, I'm a new man now. I've been wearing like
Right.
baggy jeans with holes in the crotch.
Hell
Like
yeah.
now I'm looking good, you
Right, I'm
know?
going to stop by Sbarro, maybe hit the arcade. They used to have all the arcade there. That's how long ago I've been to the mall. I don't know. Aladdin's Castle. That's still there? I don't know.
No, I don't think that's
No,
there.
can't
I
go.
think now you can play video games on your phone, so there's no point of arcades.
All right.
Like there's that one guy.
Is Sbarro still there?
Yeah, I think there's always
Okay.
going to be a Sbarro.
Okay.
No matter where you go in the world, there's a Sbarro nearby. They got a Sbarro in downtown Rome, okay? Right next to the McDonald's, right next to the Pantheon. At the Pantheon, they've got the Pantheon, they got a Mickey
Right.
D's,
And
and
then
they've got a Sbarro.
Right.
That's
Would
what
you
they've
like
got.
a calzone.
You like Comic-Con, don't you? Like, that's your
I've
thing.
been.
You've been.
At one point it was, not so much anymore, but I still like enjoy it. I used to be a big comic book reader.
Yeah.
I enjoy like pop culture in general, and Comic-Con has turned from 20, 30 years ago from strictly comics to basically all things pop culture. We got video games, movies, the Marvel DC universe of all movies coming out and everything like that. So it's become like almost just everything pop culture, which is I enjoy pop culture. But
Evergreen Park did a Fantasy Fest this past weekend.
yes.
Yeah. And it was their second annual one.
Nice.
And I went over there. All right.
Fantasy like sci-fi.
Yeah, so what they did is it's like fantasy
Yes.
and sci-fi, and I guess they didn't want to call it Comic-Con Evergreen Park.
Right.
So they came up with something
I
else
like
they were
it.
going to
I
call
like
it. We're in Evergreen Park, and we're at Fantasy Fest, the second annual Fantasy Fest. A little bit of a delay here. Glenn Panuski, I've talked to before. He's with the Village of Evergreen Park. Glenn, how are you?
I am doing very well.
All right, so this is the second annual one. First off, introduce the young lady that you have standing next to you, who you just told me was basically responsible for this entire thing. Like, I don't even know why I'm talking to you.
Well, that is true. No, this is Cindy Mooney. She is basically our assistant director for all our theater, and she was basically the coordinator of this event and the one that we did last February of 2020. Yeah, we can qualify by saying it is our second annual event because we did make them in successive years.
There you go.
So there you
Just
go.
at different times because you took like an 18-month break.
Exactly.
This is a good idea, though, putting it around Halloween, because I remember the first one. Cindy, tell everybody a little bit about what you had here today, because like we're standing in the area right now where there's basically a castle set up, and there are people doing Dungeons and Dragons inside, and there's several games going on. There's a cosplay section over here to my right. There's a gaming section where there's families playing board games. There's food over here. Upstairs, there's some vendors, but break down for everybody what this was like and what is available at a Fantasy Fest.
Well, at our Fantasy Fest, we have 2 tables of D&D. Both of our guys do their own campaign, and they try to make it short where they can pull people in. And then we have board games, which are, as you can see,
You have a lot of them.
and
You got some
they're not
classics
names
here.
You've heard
No, there's some weird ones in here. I've never played the board game Copenhagen. I don't even know what that is.
or Luxor
Or Istanbul. Are they all just named after places? There's Istanbul. There's
That would be
Copenhagen.
Steve. We would have to talk to Steve. But the families are really enjoying it. The tables have been full for the board games.
Right.
And then we have our cosplay corner here where the girls are doing.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of girls dressed up in costumes.
That's exactly what
Right,
it is.
hanging out on
Talking.
couches. Right. Yeah.
It doesn't get better than
Yeah,
that.
just kind of chillaxing, and they've got
Exactly.
props and
Yes,
things like that.
They
Yeah.
do.
And they have art, and they're very talented artists over there
Right.
too.
Yes.
So that's
And they were set up basically. I would assume they were up. One of them is your daughter, correct?
Correct.
And she was up how early in the morning starting the cosplay
We
costume?
were here till 2 a.m. and then we got back here around 9:30 this morning. So we've pretty much we live here.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
But it's all worth it, and it was wonderful to see so many people come out. I had quite a few kids, and that's what this is for.
Yeah, a lot of kids in here. It was a good idea, I think, to do it on Halloween weekend. Got a few more kids in here with a few more costumes. It's growing from the year before. I remember being here last year. I feel like it got a little bigger.
I think so too. Yeah. And the Halloween thing kind of just happened because we had some schedule quirks earlier in October, so we finally just said, let's do this around Halloween. It helps draw people in. Brianna's birthday tomorrow, so it's unofficially her big birthday bash.
So basically, I'm at some kid's birthday party. Is that what you're telling me?
Basically, yeah.
Like this is all just a ruse,
Yes.
in which we're all just here for somebody's birthday.
Yeah, just no cake.
But you didn't bring a gift.
I didn't know it was a birthday party.
Well,
it was called Fantasy Fest on the flyer.
But upstairs we got the vendor tables. We've got the bookies is up there. We've got
No, Bookie's the store, not an actual bookie taking
actually-
bets. The way you said that, I was like, I'm going to put $20 on whoever's playing the Bears this weekend.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah. Go see Frankie in room 9. But he's Yeah, so, and I think they've done very well.
Right.
So, yeah, we've had the old movies running upstairs. So we will do one of these again next fall. Again, probably not as close to Halloween. Basically, I've been told no more back-to-back events. But.
No more back-to-back events, is what you've been told. All right. So as you're learning this, as you're doing this, you're like the only suburb doing something similar to Comic-Con that I know of. You're like is Evergreen Park becoming the hub for nerds on the south side of Chicago?
Hey, we did that type in 2 months ago, so I'm going to say
Yeah, you did a type
It's
in.
already been. Yeah.
People were sitting around just on
We've
typewriters.
got it cemented, the whole nerd thing.
Evergreen Park, land of the nerds.
Lands of the nerds. Not churches. It's the village of nerds.
It's an alternative.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean,
I like how you don't like the word nerd. I could tell Glenn hates it. Cindy was like, yep, nerds.
No, actually, isn't that a tagline of this thing is cater to your inner nerd? I think that's actually on the flyer. So,
All right.
So it's been fun. It's something different, but it's been a lot of fun.
All right, well, good luck later on trying to get all the Dungeons and Dragons guys out of here because they're not leaving till their game is over. So they may be in this room for days for all you know.
Right.
Yeah, we'll come Wednesday and they'll still be sitting down
Just get a
here.
fire hose.
Yeah,
Fire department. Hit him with the hose. That'll get him out
Kind
of
of
it.
an extension we can get on the takedown of a lot of this.
Exactly. That would be awesome.
Cindy, Glenn, thanks so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for listening to see what's happening on the Southside Pod. On the Southside Pod. Join us again and be sure to tell a friend about the Southside Pod. About the Southside Pod. All things about the neighborhood we live in. All things about the places that we go. It's the best side of Chicago, the South Side Pod.
No, I'm picturing like Jack Sparrow standing there with like just trying to show me a pair of jeans.
Right.
Tell me it's all okay. Just try these. I can get you a good deal on them.
It's not that kind of pirates, Chris. I don't want to ruin the magic
That's
for
how
you.
I see pirates.
Okay.
I know that they're supposed to be like the one in the Tom Hanks movie,
Yeah, they're
Pirates,
Somalian.
with the machine guns.
Right.
I like to imagine my
with
pirates
sabers
like Jack Sparrow.
and hooks for hands.
Exactly.
And parrots on their shoulder.
That's what makes them fun. And rum.